Hi, this is Queen, this is Prophetess. I am coming to you today on this Talkback Tuesday. Oh, how we love our Talkback Tuesdays. What is the topic that I have for you today on this Talkback Tuesday? Know your spouse. You have to know your spouse the same way you knew that individual when y'all were dating or when y'all just had met. The same way you have to know your spouse after he or she becomes your spouse. You have to know. Even if they change up, you have to know. Even if they decide to go left and they should be going right, you have to know. So you have to know your spouse. And how do you know that? Tell me. You're asking, how do I know my spouse? You have to know your spouse because you have to be very observant. You have to observe them on an everyday basis. Every time you put your eyes on them, you have to be observant. And when you're observant, that means you're taking in things. You're taking in the old, because it's already there, and you're also taking in the new because it's what's coming. So you take those two in, and then you do a comparison of both. Is the old outweighing the new, or is the new outweighing the old? But that's the only way you're going to know your spouse. You have to be very observant of them. You have to communicate. Communication is key. That is key factor in knowing your spouse. You have to learn how to communicate on every level, right? Communicate on the lowest level and communicate on the highest level, because we never want to say that we're too low that we can't come high, and we never want to say that we're too high that we can't come back down low. So communication is a good skill. So when you learn how to communicate, and you have to learn how to communicate effectively, it has to be an effective communication. You know, let me tell you something, right? We're going to be realistic here, because in every relationship, in every marriage, every spouse, everybody's not going to always come into agreement, right? Sometimes you have to disagree to agree. So that's what we're saying. So when you do that and you're communicating and it doesn't seem like everything is going the way that you want it to go, or everybody is not into agreement, sometimes you just have to step back, and then you have to come to a medial. Not to say that, hey, one is right and one is wrong, but when you come to that medial place in that marriage, and that medial place with that communication with that spouse, then you learn that, hey, if we come to a medial, then we both can be happy. We both can make this thing work. Whatever conversation we were having with the disagreement, we can make it work. Whatever problem that we had, now we can fix it. So again, I'm just telling you, that's how you know your spouse, right? That is how you know your spouse. And guess what? Hey, that's going to be part one. And, you know, I'm going to do some more parts on just that nugget right there. How do you know your spouse? Just know your spouse. It's a question, but it's not a question for nobody else. It's only a question for that individual that has what? That spouse. Yeah, I like that. Okay, I'm so glad, hey, that you tuned in with me on this Talkback Tuesday. If you have anything that you want to jot down, anything that you want to elaborate on the next time, please feel free to do so. Again, this is Queen, this is Prophetess. Enjoy your day.